In 1929, the world economy collapsed almost overnight, wiping out businesses, destroying fortunes, and plunging millions into poverty. It became known as the Great Depression, and it remains the worst economic crisis in modern history. But what caused it, and why did it affect nearly every country on Earth? Throughout the 1920s, the United States experienced rapid growth. Factories produced more goods than ever. Cars, radios, and household appliances became common. The stock market rose dramatically, and many believed the good times would never end. But beneath the surface, the economy was unstable. Companies produced more than people could afford to buy. Many investors bought stocks with borrowed money. Banks made risky loans. And inequality increased sharply. Everything changed on October 24, 1929, a day known as Black Thursday, when the U.S. stock market began to crash. Panic spread. Investors rushed to sell their shares. By the end of October, the market had lost billions of dollars. This wasn't just a financial problem, it triggered a chain reaction that spread across the entire economy. Thousands of banks collapsed because they couldn't recover the money they had loaned out. When banks failed, millions of people lost their savings instantly. Businesses shut down. Factories stopped production. Unemployment soared. By 1933, roughly 1 out of every 4 Americans was out of work. But the crisis didn't stay in the United States. Because global trade was deeply connected, the collapse spread to Europe, Latin America, Asia, and Africa. Countries that depended on exporting goods, from wheat to metal to cotton, saw their markets disappear. Governments struggled to respond. Some cut spending, which made things worse. Others tried to protect their markets with tariffs, which slowed global trade even further. The Great Depression changed daily life for millions. Families lost homes. Workers traveled long distances searching for jobs. People formed long lines at soup kitchens. Schools, hospitals, and local services struggled to survive. The crisis forced ordinary people to rethink how government and society should function. In the United States, President Franklin D. Roosevelt introduced the New Deal, a series of programs designed to create jobs, support farmers, regulate banks, and rebuild the economy. This marked a major shift in American political and economic history. Around the world, the Depression fueled political tension. Some nations adopted reforms, while others turned toward authoritarian systems, hoping for stability in a time of uncertainty. The Great Depression didn't fully end until World War II, when massive wartime production restarted factories, created jobs, and revived economies. Although nearly a century has passed, the lessons of the Great Depression remain important today: the danger of financial instability, the importance of strong economic systems, and the reality that global economies are deeply connected. Understanding this history helps us see how fragile and how resilient societies can be in the face of crisis. If you learned something new today, like, share, comment, and follow for more history documentaries every day.